Yeah. You are now tuned in to the AP Loungecast. Sit down and relax. Have a drink, have a smoke. You are in the house with BK Trooper and
Misty Bars, aka Mo.
Let's do it. Yeah. What's up, everybody? We at the AP Lounge. It's a Saturday evening, and we're in the house. I'm here with your girl,
Mo. Hey, everybody.
Yes, and thanks for sitting in. And I wanted to bring you up to speed with what's been going on. Last week we had a problem uploading the show, so we're going to try to put in 2 shows this week. So make sure that you subscribe to either, look us up on iTunes or, or at the website. Mo, let them know where they can leave their emails.
Yeah, and if you want to contact us, you can always hit that contact us page on the website, or you can email all your inquiries directly to aploungecast@gmail.com.
Yeah, so today's topic is songwriting. And it's been a big topic this week. We had a lot going on in the news.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So, Mo, bring them up on to speed on some current events.
Well, apparently, Meek Mills, came at Drake talking about he doesn't write his own raps and shit. Mm-hmm. And, that caused like big waves in the music industry. And, everybody's just, picking either Team Meek Mills or Team Drake and picking sides and all of that. And, it was just a big uproar, really. And I mean, everybody's been talking about it. Even radio stations have had to address this. It was such a huge accusation. And, it's something that definitely warrants a conversation.
Okay.
And, it warrants a conversation because they're carrying on like this is the first time someone has accused someone of writing someone else's lyrics, or you don't write your own shit. It's like, this is not the first time that this accusation has gone forth. Maybe this is the first time it's gone on Twitter. I don't know, but maybe it's the first time it's gone through social media. But that's basically the event that took place this week that had everybody,
went into like a hoopla and a rah-rah all over this. Oh, rappers who's not writing their own rhymes and stuff like that.
Yeah, to me, it's like a spectacle. It's like watching a show because, I'm going to take it back a little bit to something that happened maybe years ago. But everyone remembers when Beyonce was performing on stage at one of her concerts, and she was like, I wrote this one for the ladies. And she was talking about the song Irreplaceable. Now, later, everyone finds out that Neo actually penned the song. But, I'm sure she co-wrote, added a little bit of her flavor to it. So obviously she kind of added something to the song, changed a few lines here and there. This is normal in the music industry.
Yeah, especially for R&B.
Especially for R&B. And it would be foolish, and for lack of a better word, it would be foolish for us to think that this doesn't happen in hip-hop as well. What about Blame It on the Alcohol by Jamie Foxx? That's another one. That was for Young Jock. Yeah, we could go on and on about this. The song, what about Umbrella for Rihanna? That was originally written for Britney Spears, but she turned it down, and then Rihanna took it and killed it. You get what I'm saying? So it's what I'm trying to say is songwriting, is one of those careers in the music industry that is not maybe brought to the forefront, and it shouldn't be. It's a behind the scenes thing.
Mm-hmm.
As far as we're concerned, when we go to see that concert, we're going to see the artist. We're not going to see the songwriter. We're going to see the artist. So whether Drake writes his own shit or not shouldn't matter. That shouldn't make you any less of a Drake fan or any less of a person who admires his skill level, because obviously he's doing something that has you as a fan, or something that makes you want to see him perform, or you wouldn't have bought his concert tickets.
Yeah, well, let's talk about songwriting. It's like every hit song have at least about 10 writers on there nowadays. 10 writers. So you could say All right, do have like maybe Kanye and two other producers may work on the beat. That's
Yes.
3 writers.
That's already 3 writers. This is before the artist comes on. This is before the lyrics are added. This is something that we really do need to talk about. Songwriting is not just the lyrics. Songwriting is the beat. Because there's 2 sides to a song or a finished product, let's say.
Go in.
You have the publishing side, and then you have the songwriting side.
What's the percentage on that?
So it's a 50-50 split.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 50-50 split. So each finished recording is going to have, if you are publishing it and it is going to be made available for sale to anyone, this is what is happening. The publishing side is basically making it available to the public. So you have to go through a publishing company.
Yeah.
And we'll go into that a little bit later. Mm-hmm. Then you have the other side, which is the songwriting side, which includes the beat or instrumental, whatever you want to call it, which means it's going to include the producers, executive producers. It's going to include the artist, and it's going to include the songwriters. So, as BK said, it's going to have like almost, let's say, 7 to 10 people on it that you're splitting your bread with on the songwriting side.
And as far as the songwriting goes, let's say Drake is writing his song. Excuse me, and let's say somebody say, let's change one of these words here. They don't like that word. They'll change one word. That's songwriting credit for one word.
Yes, because you've added to the lyrics. You've added your influence to the song.
It could be a hook. It could be a verse.
And that's what we need to know, that this has been going on for years.
It could even be the arrangement.
Yeah. Exactly. I can't remember how many times people have said, "Yo, I made the beat for so and so." Like, I think the producer who made All Night for Kanye, right?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
He started that beat, so he's producer number 1. Let's say Kanye gets it and makes changes. That's producer number 2. Now, if Kanye sent it to someone else, there goes producer number 3. That's 3 people on the songwriting side already. So what I'm saying is, it's customary to have collaboration on every song. I mean, if you open up any CD cover, if anybody buys CDs anymore, because most people just buy their shit on iTunes. But if you go into the stores and actually buy your CD still, like I do, because I feel like it's you get more. It's an experience when you buy the actual CD. You get to see the credits. And PK Troop and I are songwriters. So it's important to us to see who the current writers are and who's influencing the music industry at this point. So I need to see that. You're not getting that on iTunes. So no pun intended on that. Oh, yeah, I mean, well, BK and I had the pleasure of going to the Jill Scott concert that was in our area. And she did a phenomenal job. She just dropped an album yesterday, July 24th, Friday. And of course, we've listened to it at least 3 to 5 times by now. But she did a beautiful job, and she performed a good amount of her songs on there. I think about 4 to 5 songs, and mixed in some of her previous work. And again, she just brought the fire. She just did her thing as usual. But the point of bringing all of that up is, if you open up the CD cover, going back to that, look into all the credits and everything, the thank yous. You're going to see for each song, you're going to see Jill Scott's name and like maybe 3 to 5, maybe even sometimes 3 to 6 to 7 people having credit as written by.
And then sometimes you just see Jill Scott name and then the producer.
Yes, and that's it, which means she probably just wrote everything herself. There was no extra influence, and then the producer just wrote the beat. So that's just splitting it with 2. But the point is, this is a common practice. I mean, and this is an R&B example. Well, she's more like a neo soul artist. But let's just say, if we're gonna stick to the main 2 categories here, hip hop and R&B. This is an R&B category, so that is expected. R&B
Drake
singers
is considered R&B.
He's crossover. He sings and he raps.
So I guess he gets a pass for that. You know,
Yeah, it's not even
he's more of an artist. I don't consider him a rapper.
Yeah, but it's not even a pass. Like why would you say a pass? I mean,
because he shouldn't be held to the artist standard. I mean, the rapper standard, the street rapper standard, who's gonna, you know, represent everything that he's about. That's what people like. But he's an artist.
Yeah, but his flow. What I'm trying to say is his flow is nothing to fuck with. I'm sorry. I mean, the way he performs, the way he attacks on track. You know what I'm saying? Is so even if he doesn't write it, which I'm not, you know, implying anything. I'm saying even if he does have a ghostwriter, why should that matter? His delivery is what's making him have a career in this industry, and it's not an unknown fact. I remember one time Snoop Dogg did, you know, the album where he did "Go Back to Sleep, Sleep." You know that song? Mm-hmm. That song, he admitted that the entire album was written and produced by, you know, younger.
Cats.
See? So he admitted it. And he was a rapper that was writing for Dre and also writing for himself. You know? So come on. It's not uncommon.
It's about spreading the money around.
Exactly. And it's about staying relevant. So let's think about it. If you are a rapper that just came into the game, of course you're writing your own stuff because first of all, you have to prove yourself as a rapper if you're going to step into this arena. So obviously Drake writes his stuff and has written his stuff at one time if he supposedly has a ghostwriter. He wrote his stuff at one time. So he's to prove himself to even step into this arena. So what I'm basically saying is, to stay current, you may have to enlist songwriters. You may have to enlist people that are current, you know, which means you're going to have to enlist some young producers, some young songwriters.
Ludacris has a team of writers.
It's not uncommon. That's the point I'm trying to make. So everyone who's making a big hoopla or a big deal about this,
just check the ASCAP awards. You'll see.
Open the CDs and check written by section. Underneath the song, it says written by. Everyone's album is done differently. Sometimes it says written by and produced by. But written by can also include producers. Just check that out. And you will see, even down to your favorite rappers have other names next to their names.
No doubt.
So we need to stop with this. This should not affect his career. This should not affect what he's doing now. If Meek Mills writes his stuff 100% and then all the other names are just producers, fine. But we don't know how to differentiate that as consumers, as listeners. We just see names.
Well, as of now, Meek Mill has recanted his statement or whatever.
Yes, we know that. He did apologize on stage to Drake and Nicki. But in his apology, he still said he didn't write it.
I didn't hear that, but yeah.
In his apology, he says, you know, I was coming at it as a Drake fan, and correct me if I'm wrong. You know, I'll recheck the video, but I seen the video, and he says he was coming at it as a Drake fan and was just disappointed when he found out that he didn't write it. So his apology was an apology, but he still didn't say he didn't write it.
It was a street apology, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ain't gonna bow down like that. He's just gonna say my bad or whatever. He ain't, you know, Meek Mill's a street, you know what I'm saying? He rolled with
and he's from Philly, right? Yeah, Philly dudes, they, you know what I'm saying?
They're quick to pop off.
You know, they
with the mouth.
They not nothing to mess with. They don't just say meaningless things. You know what I'm saying? We're in the, you know, Lehigh Valley area, so we're like about 45 to 60 miles away from Philly, so we visit there quite often, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the culture's nice.
Yeah.
Brotherly love.
Exactly. The culture is wonderful. I mean, you know, nothing against the news or nothing like that, but sometimes, I mean, we from New York. Sometimes you're like, this many rapes is going on. Shit, I can't walk the street.
I mean,
but
they
you know,
overplay everything, I guess.
Yeah, so we're just saying that it is truly.
Saying that it didn't happen, but
yes, exactly. But it is truly a city of brotherly love. They have that name for a reason. But So I guess he did give a street apology. I guess that's how we look at it. But as far as the songwriting is concerned, we really need to get off of this ghostwriting thing and attacking rappers when we find out they're using ghostwriters.
Actually, I mean, if you claim to be a rapper, then you claim to be an MC, you have to write your own stuff. Sorry. I'm old school with it. I'm with the old school with that. I'm with the veterans with that. I follow them with that. If you're gonna call yourself an MC, a rapper, top 5,
then write your own shit.
Dead or alive, you got to be writing your shit.
I feel you.
That's how I feel about it.
I feel you in that. I can respect that.
If you're a musician,
but if you are calling yourself, like, in other words, all right, we have these battle rappers. Now, obviously, they're coming up in this situation where they got to come up with stuff on the spot. They're proving. What I'm trying to say is, I don't think that Drake at any point in time never wrote his shit if this is a true allegation. Like, what I'm trying to say is, I just don't agree with this being such a big deal. Now, if you're saying, well, this person is bragging about, I write my own, you know what I'm saying? I write my own lyrics. Then they should be held accountable for making a false statement. Mm-hmm. And I don't follow Drake enough to know if he's ever said that.
But what I'm saying is, if they celebrity, I mean, they're at celebrity status right now. You know what I'm saying? So they got to do shows, movies, and appearances. To sustain their career, they're gonna need songwriters because they're busy doing other things. They have to be here and there, flying on planes and going from one place to another. They have to, do these, the interview circuit, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, they doing a bunch of things.
So they might, have a team of songwriters that they work with.
Just like you have a team of producers, you know what I'm saying? You have a artist management. It's a team. It's
Wu-Tang. Like Wu-Tang, when they all sat down and wrote their songs, I'm pretty sure Ghost helped Ray with a couple of lines here and Ghost with a couple of lines there and there.
Yeah, I mean, it's natural, especially when you're in a room with creative people. You're gonna bounce ideas off each other. It's just gonna push you, to be the best that you can be. I mean, we see it all the time in sports. When someone starts getting a hot hand, now you feel like, I could do something. Like, in basketball, maybe I could make this shot from here. I'm not really a person that shoots from this, far or this close or whatever, but maybe I could, you know what I'm saying? It motivates. So I feel that, if anything, there should be a level of respect for the craft of songwriting. You know what I'm saying? The artist is entertaining you. You are a fan of the artist. You are already feeling the artist.
It's about good music,
It's about good music. So my thing is, does it matter? I mean, like I said, I agree with you in the fact that if he did say he writes his own stuff, then there's an issue there. But overall, my overall opinion is I don't see why this is a big deal anymore. I really don't. I mean, this has been happening in music for years. And no one had a problem with it. No one had a problem with it because this is customary. And if they were always doing this, maybe it was a best kept secret in the background that no one pulled out unless they wanted to start some beef.
Well, there was a reference track that Biggie had put out for Lil' Kim that leaked. For her, what album was that? Hardcore? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a song that Biggie wrote for Kim, and it was a reference track where you heard Biggie spit in the lyrics, but it was for Lil' Kim.
Well, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. And she always gives credit where credit is due. She always says, Big taught her so much. So I don't see why that should be an issue even then, unless she came out and said she writes her own stuff.
I'm pretty sure that she did write her own stuff, but the hits, I'm pretty sure Biggie
influenced. He influenced, or maybe he was recording it. I'm not defending. I'm not a defense attorney, but I'm just saying, or maybe he was recording it to show her how she should come at it. Like study how I'm flowing on it. Because remember, that was his artist. He's the one that put her on.
And I'm a big fan of Lil' Kim, no doubt.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she has inspired some of the current artists that's out right now. That they actually followed her style. Just like I'm sure she has, been inspired by her previous right? Artists, previous artists before her era. You know what I'm saying? Because, hip hop has been around for a long time, and it's just like anything that you do, you're going to get inspiration from
40
somewhere.
years.
You're going to get inspiration from somewhere. So even if you want to add your flavor to it, that's one of the first questions I love to ask an artist, or like ask people who do music, is who influences you? Like, describe your style. You know what I mean? Describe your sound, because that tells you a lot about the artist and tells you a lot about their interests. And especially as songwriters, that's important to us, because then we know what kind of style to write the song in. Mm-hmm. So, it's important to me what the influences are there. But like I said, I just don't see why it was a big deal. But,
Neither do I. So,
on a side note, though, I do want to tell people, if you are a Jill Scott fan, you will not be disappointed by this album, Woman.
5 stars.
5 stars. You will not be disappointed. You need to go out, buy that album, and support Jill. Miss Jill Scott. She delivers again. And I'm just letting y'all know right now, every song is a new experience. Every song is a new experience. And I love the album. I just love the album.
Personally.
So I'm just telling you, go out and support her. And if you're not a Jill Scott fan, go check it out on iTunes. Get a feel for the album. You know what I'm saying?
You might buy it.
And you might, experience. She's just a phenomenal artist and a songwriter. And as a songwriter, she's someone that's one of my influences and one of the people that inspires me. You know what I mean? Because she writes so beautifully.
I agree.
So again, has Jill Scott wrote for other artists? I mean, you never know. I mean, we could go on and on about the songwriting. I mean, Missy Elliott, phenomenal songwriter.
Yep.
Phenomenal. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Neo.
She wrote for Aaliyah.
Yep, she wrote for Aaliyah. And Aaliyah's songs were banging. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So we just got to get up off of this. We just got to get up off of this. Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, so in conclusion, wrapping this up.
Yeah, in conclusion, I think we should just, not make a big deal out of this. This has been going on for years. And, whether or not he writes his own stuff, are you still going to be a Drake fan? So that's the question that you should ask yourself.
And songwriting is a skill.
Exactly. And it's what makes hits. So, we can't really be coming at this like, well, if he doesn't write his own stuff, he's successful. However his means of doing it, he's successful. So
exactly. And I'm a songwriter, so I guess I'm biased to it. So
exactly.
Thank you for listening to the show. And send your emails to
aploungecast@gmail.com. All right. Peace, everybody.
Next time.